Thank you. Dr. John Elliston is the Chief Executive Officer of the 700 Club, a charity working with homeless people. I'm grateful for the opportunity to address you this afternoon and apologise that it's not in person. Having spent some hours reading and reflecting upon its contents, there are a number of concerns that I wish to express regarding the plan. First, I am concerned that because this is a plan formulated and driven from the perspective of health, with a view to achieving health outcomes in the most efficient and cost-effective way, it demands of social care organisations and the voluntary sector that they dance to the same tune. That is, become servants of the health plan rather than equal partners in a transformation of care. The problems with this are twofold. The first is that it assumes that social care and the voluntary sector strive for health outcomes. They don't. They may embrace them, but the outcomes sought by social care and the voluntary sector are focused upon quality of life in a much more holistic sense. And this brings me to what I believe to be the fundamental flaw in the plan and the second problem: the failure to clearly differentiate between the concept of health and the concept of well-being. Indeed, the terms are often used in ways that suggests that they are synonymous, and of course they are not. You might feel I'm being pedantic in saying this, but the implications are far-reaching. Only by reference to this distinction do the apparently illogical choices that people make about their health make real sense. For example, local services being preferred above regional ones, even though the expertise available locally is less. So I would like to leave a question. What measures are being taken to ensure that this plan involves genuine partnership of all sectors in transformation, rather than simply being the imposition of a cost-saving restructuring of health provision? Second, I am concerned that because social care and the contribution of the voluntary sector are not integral to the primary intent of the plan, expectations and demands, and so costs, will be imposed or shunted upon them without the means to meet those costs. And this raises another obvious question: what levels of financial commitment are health commissioners making to the social care and voluntary sectors? I have indicated that the failure to clearly differentiate between the concept of health and the concept of well-being has far-reaching consequences. One of the places this manifests itself is in the thorny question of the location of A&E. I understand the health agenda: centralise expertise, develop centres of excellence, ensure that 24/7 patients are seen by highly competent members of staff. But the logic of the case does not stand up when viewed from a perspective shaped by a concept of well-being. Well-being encloses the interests of the whole community. We forget at our peril that hospitals exist not only for the sake of those who are ill, but for the sake of everyone. The presence of a hospital, knowing that there is an A&E department on the doorstep, contributes to the well-being of the whole community. And high well-being is like the proverbial apple a day. It keeps the doctor away. It's preventative in terms of service uptake. Hence, my third concern is that centralisation of resources will itself precipitate new service demand, and that as a result, far from producing the hoped-for efficiencies, the transformation will ultimately lead to a cost escalation. So my final question to leave with you: has there been research undertaken on the effect of the health transformation programme on those who are not currently in need of health services?